Hello again, everyone. Happy Friday. This is Gary Gotso. Welcome to Race First coverage of Round 3 of Season 2, the Velocity Online Racing IndyCar DW12 Iconic Series, as we come to you today from Legacy, Texas for the 4D Racewear Texas 200. Joining me in the booth, he's my regular, he's a regular, and he's also my regular broadcast partner for the VOR series here. He's a regular in the IndyCar Oval Series as well. Still looking to get some of those wins to rack up his record there is Kyle Klinsworth. Clindy, thanks for joining me, buddy, for the second day in a row. We're doing double duty. Did FIS last night, and then we're doing a little matinee racing here with the DW12s today. You got a chance to test this car out in this setup. What do you think? We talked about it in the pre-race, so probably bears worth repeating. It's probably not going to be your standard pack race here, is it?
Actually, I think it may be for 6 to 10 laps. This car handles very, very well behind other cars in traffic. It's very stable. It turns in well, especially in 1 and 2, which are very flat. 3 and 4, however, a different animal. In order to make 1 and 2 handle very well, the car is very sluggish to turn into turn 3. So you'll see drivers fighting the wheel to get to the white line to turn 3. That will overheat the front tires. That's what will break up the pack. Drivers will start to have to lift, especially in the center of 1 and 2, in order to not plow down the wall on the exit of 2, which is like a funnel. You think the track is so wide, and then boom, there's the wall. Hopefully, the drivers realize that, and I know that sometimes it's hard to practice in a pack, but they'll see that the different effects on tire wear and tire temperature in the pack will be accelerated and exacerbated. Whereas if you're running by yourself, you could probably get 20 to 30 clean laps on the tires. In traffic, I think it's going to be half that number, 15 to 18, realistically.
Weather right now, 76-degree track temperature, 69 degrees ambient. The silent assassin, Dave Stedman, to the top, 221.9 in his first start in the series. We welcome him back to VOR. We haven't seen him in a long time. Let's put up the race header of what to expect for today. Here is the conditions. And the qualifications is 4 laps, and the fastest time is what you will be gridded up on. 134 laps, 200 miles. The point situation coming into today's race. Edson Santos, your points leader, by virtue of kind of driving and surviving and finishing second at that bitter gateway race that we were at. He is your points leader by 8 points over Julian. Bill Colley shoots up to third in the points with his win at Gateway, and John Christensen fourth, Weber fifth, Furness sixth with his podium at Gateway, O'Sullivan seventh, Inch eighth, Bonnie ninth, and Silvazzi 10th. There is a remainder of your top 15. As we got 54 seconds left to go here to play in qualifying. Currently watching, I believe that is Dan Inch we are watching at the moment. Yes, that is Dan Inch. Stedman still on the pole. Forsyth P2, 221.904. Strauss and Altena to the pole, 222.3.
Very tight times along the front 3 starters, all in the 23.6 second bracket. Altena putting half a tenth between himself and Stedman and Forsyth. Something quickly to note on the race length, Gary, is that because this is such a long race and they're starting in the afternoon, shadows are going to creep over the track, and the track will get cooler.
Yes, it will.
As the race goes on. So maybe some of that hotness and that tire wear and tire degradation will be abated later in the race because the cooler track temperatures. So we may see a little more of a strung out race in the middle section and something contracting towards the end.
All right, as we get gridded up, let's get today's starting lineup in here as qualifications are complete. And there you see Julian on the pole with a speed of 222.376. Right next to him, the Silent Assassin making his first start here in the VOR DW12 series. He used to be a regular in the IR18 series. Dave Stedman there, 221.9. Craig Forsyth third with the 221.9 as well. Strauss, a 221.7. Edson Santos, your points leader, lighting up fifth, 221.7 as well. Cody Meadows, 221.6. Liam O'Sullivan, 221.6. Alexander Bonney, 221.5. Leighton Furness, lining up at 9th, finishing on the podium last race at Gateway with a 221.3. John Christensen, not too far off his IR05 win at Indianapolis in a 221.3. Moving on, Patrick Silvazzi, 221.2. Dan Inch, another 221.2. Iker Pagero on 13th, a 221 flat. Sheridan Wade, another 220.7 there for 4th. And Jesper Orman got some practice in, but did not complete a lap for qualifying. So he's going to do the worst for first challenge. He is 15th with no time. Now, we also have more than that out there. And I believe Bill Colley also is lining up, going to be 16th. Last race winner. He opted not to turn a qualification lap as well. Sometimes they show up on the overlay, sometimes they don't, and we've been still trying to troubleshoot that for some reason. I don't know why that doesn't show up. But then we got 16 cars, which is not a bad number here for Texas.
That'll be a good pack size, and I think the ones to watch are Jesper Orman and our pole sitter Julian Altena. So we've got two distinctly different starting positions, front row and back row. We'll see which one can manage this 200-mile length race better and come out on top.
Here are all the IndyCar track records you need to know about Texas. The overall track record set on this configuration, of course, this is the 24-degree banking at both sides. This is Legacy, Texas. Was set back in 2001 by Kenny Breck when CART had their ill-fated attempt of a race here. He did turn an official qualifying lap, which is in turn the official track record of this configuration at a 233.447 miles per hour. The IRL IndyCar track record was held by Billy Boat, or still held by Billy Boat, actually, in 1998 with a speed of 225.979. All-time wins leaders here are Scott Dixon with 5, Castro Neves with 4. Let's see, Sam Hornish, Joseph Newgard with 3, Scott Sharp, Scott Goodyear, and Will Power each have 2. A lot of drivers also got their first career wins here, and we'll get into that as we go racing, as we are now in turn 4. Race will soon be handed over to the control of Julian Altena, and we will be underway here momentarily.
A little bit of stack up back in the field there. It looks like Sheridan Wade perhaps had a little bit of a brake check.
Julian off to a big lead. Strauss makes up a spot. Looks like Stedman is kind of caught in the high side.
Oh, Layson Furness in the back of John Christensen. I think he might have gotten away without wing damage. No, his front wing is damaged. So
yeah, his front wing is damaged, so he's going to have to get that looked at here. Jesper Orman already up to 12th spot. And there's Layson there. He's pushing up the racetrack. He might not know he has, and he's into the wall a little bit. He might not know he has damage. He really needs to. Turn 3 and 4 is going to be murder for him right now. Well, no, he's doing a pretty good job staying at the bottom. He really needs to get to pit road, though. That front wing needs to get repaired here.
If he can survive and hang on to the coattails of the draft of the pack in front of him, lift early and be conscious that his front wing is broken, he may be able to hang on until schedule stops.
Stedman back to 8th. He got held up on the outside. Now he's looking to the inside of Bonnie. Ooh, and Stedman into the wall. Christensen underneath him, trying to get the position going into 3. So I think you mentioned it, it would be only good for about 5 or 6 laps before the good of these tires are wearing out, and I think we're at that point.
Yeah, entry to 3 is going to get tighter and tighter, especially since it's in direct sunlight, whereas 1 and 2 are partially shaded.
Riding with Julian right now. Hot on his tail right now is Craig Forsyth. Battle for 3rd, Santos and O'Sullivan side by side in 3 and 4.
Meadows looking to capitalize. He's going to have a run here down the front stretch. Let's see if he does anything with it into turn 1. Beneath Santos he goes. He pushes up.
Strauss is going to try to sneak underneath. Christensen underneath Bonnie in 3. Going to get the fastest line on 3 and 4 is going to be the bottom. And there's no way to any other way to look at it, really.
Yeah, you lose about 1/10 and a half on both ends of the oval if you do not hug the white line. However, in dirty air, you don't have much of a choice sometimes, and you can build a run
Here's
down
Bonnie.
a
Bonnie tries it back to get that position back. As you mentioned about getting that run. And there he goes. He gets the position back. Stedman's going to try to follow him through. Christensen comes right down on Stedman.
This may be Texas, but that door was not a saloon door. He slammed it shut.
So we were talking in the pre-race about kind of what we expect for fuel stops. So of 134 race, if we do a 2-stopper, so that means 3 stints, that'll be 3 stints of 44.6. And you said with fuel save, you can get to 47. So
47, yeah, max fuel save.
Yeah, max fuel save. So, real quick, I don't have my... one of my calculators up here that I wanted to look at, but so if we want to do that, that's a 2-stopper, and that's every 45 laps or so. If you could stretch it, you can make it to 47. You can definitely do a 2-stopper for sure, or a 3-stopper. What am I saying?
Yeah, 2 stops versus 3 stops.
Yeah, so if you go fuel save, you could do the 2-stop.
I think the only person right now who wouldn't be able to make that would be Julian. And then Jesper. Well, Jesper's also lost the main track because he got held up behind Furnace, so he's not in the slipstream.
And Sheridan Wade in the Pennzoil Yellow Submarine. Love the throwback.
Oh, Forsyth in the wall.
And a lot of cars have been bouncing off that wall.
Yeah, his ad blocker seems to be fine, and his side pod is fine. I think that was just a close call. Forsyth, just an innocent bystander last week. He was in the lead and lost it at Gateway when another driver had a setup malfunction.
Yeah. He is trying to save those tires, working the high side, staying off the bottom now.
And out of dirty air. I think staying out of dirty air and putting less turn in the wheel may pay dividends. You sacrifice a little bit of track time every lap, but you may be much faster come the end of this run, should it materialize.
So once again, go back to what we were saying. If you take 134 and divide it by 3, so you'd be doing 3 equal stints of 44.666 repeating laps. That is a 3-stopper, or a 2-stopper, excuse me. So if you do 47, you could definitely do that. But if you do the 134 divided by 4, let's say you want to do a 3-stopper, then it is 33.5 laps. So you're on your tires a lot less longer, and you should be faster over a longer haul. But you still have to make that extra stop that most people won't make. So what is your strategy going in this? I would assume everyone is going to do or try to go for the 2-stopper if they can.
Yeah, you just lose so much time on an oval coming down pit road due to the pit road speed. If there were no pit road speed limit, I would pit whenever my tires start to give up time. But you have to go so slowly for so long, you can't make that up on the track just with fresh tires. Not at Texas, anyway. Richmond, maybe.
I think the pit road speed limit here, just double check, I think it's 45 miles per hour. We're watching Craig Forsyth in the very high lane. Liam O'Sullivan is keeping it glued to the bottom.
Close but not quite, Gary. It is 50.
50, okay.
starting to see two distinct packs here. One headed by Altena, and the next maybe by Bonnie, or maybe Stedman, depending on how far the slipstream. I don't think Stedman is in Bonnie's draft, so Stedman's at the head of the second pack.
Let's go ahead and get the gaps up here, or the intervals. Stedman's 7/10 back from Bonnie, so yeah, he's out of it. The draft envelope is about 5/10 on these, which it should be more. It should be the IR18 is about a second and a half, and it should be longer than that for these because these punch a bigger hole in the air. But for whatever reason, iRacing chose 5/10 to be the draft envelope for these things. (21 at 134). Thanks for joining us on this Friday afternoon matinee racing here at Texas Motor Speedway, the legacy version. Join Altena, who is second in points, I believe. Yeah, he is. He is right now currently your leader, followed by Craig Forsyth, Liam O'Sullivan. Cody Meadows is slowly getting into this battle as well, and he is bringing Edson Santos, our points leader, into this battle as well. I'm saying a lot of battles and as well, but that's just the state of my mind right now.
Santos is going to make a move here for fourth.
Watching Santos.
Move him up.
These guys can't spend too much time racing each other, though. They're going to lose track of that draft.
And see, that's what I was talking about, is that these tires are now old enough that the bottom line in 3 and 4 is not fast, because you have to lift so much and fight the tires so much to hug it. You lose the time overall, and you lose the momentum. So Santos's move there on Meadows probably cost them both a shot at the podium, if this goes green the entire race.
Well, so far, in comparison to Gateway, we're doing a great job.
Round of applause throughout the field here. Got another 3-car battle back between Orman, Strauss, and Christensen, and Orman's making short work of them. Move Jesper up to 9th. Or sorry, 8th.
Yeah, 8th, up 7 spots. He's your biggest gainer of the day. Texas 200 is brought to you by 4D Racewear. Check out their line of made-for-sim racing gloves, shoes, and apparel. Visit them today at 4dracewear.com or click on their link in today's stream description. Santos pulling out again on Meadows, side by side through 3 and 4. Meadows going to have a run off the high side out of 4, the exit.
Santos kept it closer this time, but it's still not enough. He's got to really send it into 1 and 2 here if he wants to clear Meadows. Santos has had enough of the bottom. He's going to try the high side this time.
You saw that high side working for him. He's like, I'm going to give it a shot here.
He's going to have a large run down the front stretch here. Let's see if he pulls out to the right. He does.
Oh! Meadows tried to float up to close the door, but Santos was there. Santos going to stay right on his quarter panel, if there's such a thing in IndyCar. Not. Let's go right rear. Let's go the right rear pod bumper.
Santos all the way up by the wall. Lost a lot of time taking that line since they've got cleaner air. But he's going to have another run again. Let's see if he goes left or right. Pulls down to the white line. And he's clear.
For now, as he pushes up. Oh, and he loses a little momentum. It's going to open the door for Mal Meadows to take a look at the inside, going to the 3 and 4 to get that position back. And something happened to Santos.
I think he lifted. I think he didn't want to be in the wake of Meadows, and I think he realizes that if they swap draft like that, they might have a chance at catching the front 3.
Is Meadows going to play now, if that's indeed really what they're going to try to do? So we're coming up to the window for the 3-stopper, if anyone was going to want to do that here, in about 2 laps. 3-stopper window opens in 2 laps.
Well, really, I think it opens before that, because you could undercut each stint considerably and just run long on the last. While also O'Sullivan here makes a move on Forsyth for the 2nd position.
It's like last week, winner Bill Colley is already out, unfortunately.
Let me see if I can take a look and see what happened to him. Apologies for missing it, Bill Colley fans. I am among them.
And now Leighton Furness is a lap down. I believe he still has that bad wing, so he has not stopped yet. Yes, he still has that bad wing.
So Bill was battling with Layson on lap 16, got into the outside wall and Layson's right side pod, and has unrepairable right front damage. So hopefully we'll see him in the next entry.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's day done for last race winner. Meanwhile, up front, Julian is your leader by now 7/10 over O'Sullivan. Sullivan is P2. He has 4/10 over Forsyth. Meadows is P4. He has 2/10 over Santos. This has been the biggest battle on the racetrack for much the last couple laps. Orman and Bonnie in the wall. Bonnie going to the inside. He's going to open the outside for Stedman. Stedman passes. Bonnie now kind of lost some momentum. But moves Stedman up to 7th.
Oh, Silvazzi's in the wall. He drug the safer barrier through turn 1, and he got off of it. I think he might have... Oh, it wasn't Silvazzi. I'm sorry. It was Layson Furness again.
Yeah, I don't know if his spotters told him that he has wing damage or not, or he can see if he has wing damage, but he is probably should be able to feel something that the car is not turning the way it used to. It's not as fast as the others while he's had at 100% throttle, something. In the wall again in 3 and 4.
Definitely an oh no moment.
Yeah, Santos getting around Meadows. That time he keeps the position.
And now let's see if he can track down Forsyth. A little bit of banter over the radio between Julian and Liam. I think Liam is tipping his hand about his stop strategy. I think Julian doesn't want to lead and wants to save a little, but Liam said he was fine running 2nd.
If you want to lead, you can. Nah, I'm good, man. I'm good. Christensen and Silvazzi battling it out for 10th spot. If you enjoy race first coverage of the VOR IndyCar DW12 Iconic Series and respect the stream, please do us a solid. Make sure you support us by subscribing, and while you're at it, don't forget to smash like and click the bell so you'll miss out on future Race First iRacing broadcasts. Next week, buddy, we're going to put these things on the oval of Daytona.
I love it. I love it. I'm very excited to see what the gearing will look like, because that will determine how and where people can make runs.
Julian now putting...
and Silvalli side by side down the back. Silvalli got into the safer barrier.
All
and
right,
they're still side by side 3 and 4.
And Julian just put Picaro a lap down. Julian's pitting.
Yeah, he said pitting in. Liam is pitting with him.
So pitting at 42. So this is it. They still got to do... they can't do a 2-stopper unless they're going to try to really save. A lot of people are pitting. Here comes Meadows. Also on pit road, looks like Strauss. Yeah, Strauss. Wade in the yellow submarine. Layson Furness also on pit road. Hopefully get that front wing repaired there. So that turns the lead over to Craig Forsyth, who's pitting now. Edson Santos staying out. Jesper Orman staying out. Savazzi staying out. Christensen staying out. Stedman on pit road. So it's possible. Now here comes Santos. Can't make it to 47.
Neither can Orman. Yeah, the packs just weren't tight enough to go max save.
Oh, and Christensen under braking coming to pit road. Loses it.
No damage. I think he'll be okay. He just probably lost about 6 seconds.
Yeah, the back end came around on him. So Santos coming out now, or at least he's on pit road. We are still green. Santos is coming out. Jesper Orman with him. Here comes Julian and Liam to get those positions back. So I think we just learned. I think we just learned there that pitting earlier is the way to go.
Yeah, the tire dagger is substantial. If anyone could have made it 2 more laps, it would have been the winning race strategy. Should we go green? But no one could.
Battle for the lead. O'Sullivan and Altena in 3 and 4. O'Sullivan's getting much better handling, getting a better feel at these cars. Side by side down the backstretch.
Lace and Furnace is directly in front of them, dumping dirty air. He has his wing fixed, so he may be more up to pace. Let's see if O'Sullivan and Altena can navigate him cleanly. He just pulls to the right. Well played.
And as you see on the tree to the left, the purple number next to Meadows, that means he has the purple lap. He hit a 23.6 a little bit earlier in this race to get the fastest lap. Orman up to 6 now. He's up 9 spots. O'Sullivan up 6 spots.
Santos and Meadows fighting again here for position.
Yeah, they've been basically in each other's tire tracks for much of the race now. Definitely towards the end of that first stint and at the beginning of this one. Yep. Oh, caution. And 2 cars involved. It is Piguero and Sheridan Wade. Oh, wow. 3 cars involved. Strauss, I think, was one of them.
Strauss is the third. Piguero hit the apron and came right up into Strauss. Strauss went into the catch fence. And Wade got collected up under braking.
Oof. That, you know, kind of reminds me of Graham and DeFrancesco. And also involved in that one was Castro Neves a couple years ago at Texas.
Now, I would expect everyone to pit here, because this opens up a one-stop strategy from here, because they've gone far enough.
Well,
oh no, Sullivan stays out.
Sullivan did a pump fake. He stays out. But Julian is going to take this opportunity probably wisely. So is Forsyth. Stedman is staying out. Cody Meadows is staying out. Boney is staying out. But Julian and Forsyth and Santos are going in. So we have split strategies in effect right now. Also on pit road is Jesper Orman.
Dan Inch, the last car on old tires. He had okay pace on fresh tires. Let's see if he holds up these people who have pit behind him, starting with Julian. But I believe that the front, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, everyone who stayed out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars are all, they've picked the wrong strategy. If I'm on top of their pit box, I am wondering why they didn't listen to me.
Well, Julian stopped, so he's in 5th. I think he goes back to 6th here. So the top 5 are on the different strategy. Julian on back is on the new strategy.
I think I counted the pace car on accident.
Okay. No worries. Well, we know he has enough fuel to make it to the distance.
Well, not the distance, just one more stop rather than the distance.
Well, pit stop or for the pace car, it doesn't matter. He's always going to have fuel.
Oh, yeah. He probably gets like 40 miles a gallon. He's probably got one of those Ecotech Mustangs.
If you're just joining us, this is Racewear's coverage of the VOR IndyCar DW12 Iconic Series coming to you from Texas, where we completed 53 of 134 scheduled laps. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the next race. Got a couple dueling strategies going on here. The top 5 have last stopped on lap 44. Everything behind the top 5 just stopped here for another set of tires. Excuse me. And so I feel full tank of gas. Now, the tire situation. There are tire rules here in the DW12 series. Each car has 4 sets, 1 in the car, 3 in the pits. So chances are these guys in the top 5, they're on their 2nd set of tires. The guys outside of the top 5 probably are on their 3rd set of tires. Fuel capacity is limited to 85%, which is approximately 15.7 gallons. There a green-white checker situation? No, because this is an IndyCar. We don't do that stuff here. But the IndyCar wave-around rule is being enforced. And, of course, this is a 1.5-mile quad oval. And so it's going to be 134 laps right at just over 200 miles here is the scheduled race distance. A lot of IndyCar drivers over the course of their history, kind of Texas became the new Michigan in IndyCar history. Of course, Michigan is a site for a lot of drivers' first wins in IndyCar. Pancho Carter comes to mind. John Paul Jr. Also comes to mind as getting his first win there. Scott Goodyear got his first win there. Many drivers got their first wins here at Texas. Billy Boat, John Paul Jr. Got his first IRL win here. Mark Dismore got his first win here. Jeff Ward, if you remember Jeff Ward, I think he was racing for Ganassi even, the former motorcycle moto racer. He got his first win here, and Thomas Scheckter also got his first win here. So here we go. Actually, Thomas got his second win here, sorry. Got his first win at Michigan. And we're back under green here momentarily. Field's under command of Liam. He's bringing him down slow, but he's on it now.
Yeah, Dan Ensch left a big gap between him and Ani, and it cost everyone on the new tires. They're all substantially far behind. Here comes Jesper.
Two by two. Battle for 8th.
And if you ask me, that's the battle for 2nd. I think the front 5 cars here don't have a chance with the strategy they're running unless they see another timely caution here in a few laps.
So it looks like Strauss is out. Sheridan Wade is probably out more than likely. Piguero is out due to that incident there that brought us our caution.
Harry, I don't want to toot my own horn here, but Jesper Orman's going to be right behind Julian Altena here on the optimal strategy, effectively placing them 1-2.
Yeah.
And if you can remember just a few
Here
laps
comes
ago,
Craig, too.
I may have picked them to be the top 2 performers this race.
I wouldn't rule out Craig. And to be honest, I wouldn't even rule out Edson Santos being he's our points leader as well.
All fast.
And they're all lined up, nose to tail at the moment.
And O'Sullivan was faster than Altena under green prior to the caution. He just chose not to pit here. So we'll see if his other strategy, primary strategy.
Last lap, Sullivan was a 2:19. Julian was a 2:19 as well, but I think Orman had a 2:20. Yeah, there it is.
Orman looking desperately to get around Altena. He's been looking low, but no clean air to be found there.
Riding with Orman. He goes high to get clean air on the wings. Now cuts it down. Get back in the draft. Double dog legs here on the front stretch at Texas. Gonna take a peek on the outside of Julian in 1 and 2. Nothing going there. Comes back behind Julian. Cuts down to the white line.
I like to call that high entry to low exit momentum building. He's using it here to go low into 3. And clears himself over Altena. Lead car on the alternate strategy.
And in front of him is O'Sullivan, Meadows, Boney, and Stedman. And speaking of Bonnie, we'll get the camera on him and talk about him just momentarily because the VOR DW12 Iconic Series brought to you by IFS Personal Financial Planning. IFS Personal Financial Planning specialize in helping their clients make the most of their savings with holistic financial planning that is tailored to their specific needs over the course of their lifetimes. On average, they have been working with their clients for over 20 years, helping them navigate complexities of investments, the uncertainties of markets, and the ever-changing legislative landscape. To learn more, just Google up IFS Personal Financial Planning. And Alexander and his team will help you out. He is currently 3rd here, and then he just kissed the wall a little bit.
Nothing a good plan can't account for.
And he is being tracked down by the silent assassin, Dave Stedman. Orman is around Julian, as we saw, and they're leading the second group of 4. And then they fall off a little bit. Then Silvazzi and Christensen on a kind of a 1-2 combo of their own. 11 cars are remaining running on the track here. And all those 11 cars are on the lead lap. 66 of 134. The top 4 now are 23 or 22. Actually, the top 2 are 23 laps into their stint. The 3rd and 4th are 23 now. They're 1 lap behind in their lap count for the stint, so they're effectively on the same strategy, though.
Forsyth has a run here on Altena.
We have some Santos fans in chat. Looks like Layson said that he got DQ'd. Must have reached the incident count, which I'm not sure what it is. Now Santos on the back attenuator of Forsyth.
I love the game of chicken you play on entry. How high am I willing to go, and do I think the guy in front of me is going to go that high too? Santos puts his right sides right on the safer barrier, just to ensure he's going to get clean air on his wing. It's good for the tires, it's bad for the lap time, but sometimes you can build a big run on the next straight.
Now getting into the grips of Silvazzi.
Yeah, Silvazzi's put a handful of good laps together to stay right tucked in with these because he and Christensen had fallen back and been kind of a two-car duo, but I think he's going to catch the three in front. Altena, Forsyth, and Santos.
Yep. Orman's kind of pulled away a little bit from those three.
I'm going to give Orman 10 laps before he catches up to the Silent Assassin, sneaking up on him.
Check us out tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern for the IIS here on Raceverse, as the guys in the IIS go to Barber, just like the guys in the NTT IndyCar Series. And I believe if you don't do it now, do it after the race. I think we might just heard a car kiss the wall there in turn 2. The first practice session just kicked off at Barber for the NTT IndyCar Series. So a big day down in Barber. A lot of news concerning Team Penske and Joseph Newgarden down there. And the push to pass scandal. Was push to pass not used on ovals. Not in this iteration of car. The last time they used push to pass on ovals was 2011. So push to pass on ovals is not a new thing, but it's a thing they haven't used in a while since they've got to the DW12. It might be possible when they get the hybrids. Julia getting down on the apron, getting loose. It's going to open the door a little bit for Forsyth. Yeah, here comes Forsyth. Julian tries to cut to the inside a little bit, kind of slam the door going into the corner entrance, but not going to help him. They're still going to be side by side down the main straight here. Interested party right behind him is the points leader, Santos.
My prediction was wrong, Gary. Jesper caught Stedman in 5 laps, not 10.
And he's around. Move Orman up to 4th.
He is substantially faster than both Boney and Meadows.
Yeah, 218 versus 216. And he's really not, though. He's like a half a lane off the bottom. He's not going to the bottom all the way. Well, that time he does. And he gets to the white line.
Here,
Forsyth. Yep,
you got it. Clears him. Oh, no! Altena's in the wall.
Yeah, Julian smacked the wall. That's going to open up the bottom side now to Santos. He's able to keep his momentum up, prevents the loss of position, keep Julian in 7th, Santos in 8th. 79 of 134 in the books. We have only the one caution so far. Julian's car, I believe, has damage. The ad blocker shows a little bit of, plus he's blinking. O'Sullivan stretching out his lead to 8/10 now over Cody Meadows. Meadows was having a good race at Gateway as well and kind of got caught the same luck that everyone else had there, just a loose race car.
Actually, Gary, I'm looking at the right side pod of Julian's car, and I believe he got away scot-free.
Oh, okay.
Very lucky. As he kisses the safer barrier again, pushing his luck.
The left front ad blocker is scratched up. Here is Santos to the inside.
Oh, I was looking at his right side. I didn't think to look at his left.
His right side ad blocker is scuffed up too, it looks like. At least to me.
They're both clean for me, so it must be server side.
All right, so these leaders are going to have to make a decision here soon.
I mean, it's not much of a decision when you don't have gas left.
Right.
You
sooner or later, you're going to have to stop. And they're coming up to now 41 laps of their current stint. And this will effectively turn the lead over until they have to stop to Jesper Orman. So we expect these guys to stop about any time now. The leaders pretty much stopped on 43. So we're at 86, which is exactly to what we had some yellow laps in there. So I would expect probably by lap 90, these guys would be in, maybe.
Yeah, probably 89 or 88 for Liam, just because he's been leading the whole
The
time.
entire time, yep.
Yeah, he's pitting now. So coming to lap 88, right on the nose.
And this should be his... No. He'll still have another stop, I think.
And that's why I thought that would be the losing strategy. You can't afford to pit an extra time under green.
Yeah, he'd be coming. If he could conserve on this, if he could save on this stint, he could do it. He needs to save about 4 laps worth of fuel, maybe 5 laps worth of fuel. And that's a lot. That is an awful lot to ask for.
And the pack hasn't been together. I don't believe that's something that you can dream even.
So for these guys pitting now, they need a caution. Dave Stedman staying out, though. Orman picks up the lead. Forsyth is 3rd. Julian 4th. Santos 5th. Salvazzi 6th. And Julian taking a peek at the bottom of Forsyth, getting the position, coming off of 2. Forsyth goes, nope, I want it back.
I think they both might have magnets in their cars. They've been attracted to each other all race long.
Now, they might be cooperating with one another right now to try to reel in Jesper.
A tall task. At this point, you want to hope that Jesper speeds on pit road or spins coming to his stall on cold tires.
Yeah.
Sorry, out of his stall, not coming in.
We don't want to jinx him, but we do realize everyone's human. Salvazzi is in a battle with Christensen.
Then behind them, it's O'Sullivan and Meadows.
Christensen feathering the throttle, trying to get that car to turn. And O'Sullivan and Meadows, they're going to have new tires. They're going to be really fast. They're going to catch this group.
And they are full push right now, full burn, because they want to unlap themselves to Jesper. Jesper's a third of a lap ahead, more, almost a half lap. The delta's got to be huge. So, however, they will all be pitting here probably in the next 7 to 10 laps because they did not go that much further before the yellow.
Stedman went 46 laps. He just pitted 2 laps ago.
Well, the caution was at lap 50, right?
Yeah. I think.
It's 52, so I think they pit on 52.
And this second group now, they are coming to their window here very shortly. They are now 44 laps, respectively, on their stint. And they've been pretty much pushing. Someone's on pit road. Who's in right now? Savazzi. Savazzi's on pit road, so he's the first to bite. Santos and Forsyth moves Santos up to third. Forsyth is pitting. Can he get down to the speed limit? I think he did. Got close.
Yeah, locked it up a little. Nothing to be worried about.
Handing the lead off to Julian there as Jesper hits pit road. Now Julian is on pit road. Santos coming down the pit road. So the whole second group, and Christensen on pit road. So that turns the lead back over to Liam O'Sullivan. But Liam O'Sullivan, by our calculations, is going to be about 4 laps short. But you know,
yes,
we've seen people manage to pull fuel mileage out of their rear end, out of thin air. Case in point, this weekend or last weekend at Long Beach. So it's possible.
There is no off throttle time here, though, Gary.
Right.
If you want to keep pace, you're at 98 to 100% throttle every lap.
You got Nick Wheeler in chat says you can't save and beat Jesper here. His pace will be far too strong. That's we could certainly agree to that. Jesper loves this place. Is Jesper really human? Never seen him made a mistake when I've needed him to. Yes, Jesper is human. He is human.
I know he's human. I've been on the human end of Jesper once or twice. It's all in good fun, though. He's always a good sport about it.
Yeah, I was spotting for him in that US 500, the return to iRacing, the license and everything that was on, and I think we got picked up on. In those races, when I spot for him, he always seems to get caught up in someone else's mess. And Nick DeGroot got loose off a 3 or off a 2 and collected us and a couple others. And our car was wounded, and he really wanted to quit. He's like, I just want to hang it up. And I'm like, no, stick with it, because I think there's going to be a lot of attrition. And there was a lot of attrition that day, and he brought it home, got it inside the top 20. There were like 40 cars that started that thing.
Yeah, not too different from last week at Gateway.
So let's take a look at times. O'Sullivan turning 2:18, so I don't think he's really trying to conserve. Yeah, I mean, you might as well push all. Let's listen.
He's full blast.
Let's listen. No, he's not even lifting. No way. Let's listen to Cody. Cody with another good showing this week. He cracks it just a little bit. Not enough to save 4 or 5 laps worth, though. So we believe this guy right here, this is Jesper Orman, he is good to go to the end. We do not think O'Sullivan and Meadows can make it, but we could be wrong. Altena is P4. We think he can make it. Boney stopped at 89. It's questionable. I don't think he can make it. We'll see, though. Santos and Forsyth, they can make it. Stedman pitted on 90. He will be somewhat close. We got 44 laps, so we'll see if Stedman can do it. He needs to stay in the draft of those cars in front of him, though, that's for sure. So in a race that's lacking a lot of excitement in terms of passing, although here is Meadows and O'Sullivan doing a little bit of side-by-side down the front stretch, the drama is building up on can these guys on this alternate strategy up at the front make it? And again, by our calculations, and we could be wrong, they're not going to be able to make it.
If anyone can, it's Meadows. He's been stalking O'Sullivan this whole time. Maybe he's been saving a little. But I think this race is firmly in the hands of Jesper Orman.
So Layson says hopefully he gets something done at Daytona. Daytona's a lot of fun, and I've had pretty good luck with pack racing in IndyCars at Daytona and Talladega. It's where you have the person that's not used to the extreme closing rates that you're going to have in this race and that race. If you're not used to them, you're gonna run some people over and in some days early. So I would suggest a lot of practice for these guys at Daytona, because the closing rates are going to be very, very extreme.
Yeah, you might think that the Draft Master class would help you prepare. It doesn't.
No.
You come up on someone 20, 30, 40 miles an hour faster than them in some cases. It's insane. And smooth wheel movements are imperative. They help you transfer the speed into and out of the corner. And when you try to position yourself to make a pass, if you do something choppy, you cannot afford to do that. You have to be smooth and predictable.
So Nick says Jesper pulled back 2.5 seconds in the last 3 laps.
Yeah, he's caught both Meadows and O'Sullivan because they are trying to fuel save now. And it's 1, too late, and 2, doesn't matter because they're about to get passed.
Almost thinking about 3 wide there in the quad oval area.
Maybe Meadows thinks that this is his time to go and maybe follow Jesper instead of following Liam.
And Jesper to the front. All Jesper needs to do really is just hold this position and finish. He doesn't have to worry about a pit stop. Well, Sullivan and Meadows do.
I mean, he does have to make 46 laps on this run, which he did last time with caution laps. He might have to save a half a lap, right? But that's nothing like saving 4.
While we have a moment here in the closing stages of this race, here is the schedule for the remainder of the season for the series. Next up is Daytona. Then we will go a couple weeks. We'll go a week off and then come back for Indianapolis. And then they will round out the season in here in about a month from now at Auto Club Speedway. Or as I like to say, Fontana.
California Motor Speedway. In Cars, if you have seen that movie.
I liked it when they called it California Speedway. Yeah, that worked for me too. I always kind of refer to it as Fontana. Julian around the 2 fuel savers, back in 3rd and 4th now.
And Meadows did swap position with Liam. I don't know if he's trying to hop on to Julian's coattails, but he does not have the pace to do so.
They're turning laps now into 2:13s. Meadows at 2:12. Whoa. These guys are racing really, really hard. They need to really kind of focus on getting a number, though, because here comes Edson Santos has worked her way around him now. Here comes Craig Forsyth. .118 of 134 in the books. This race has gone by quickly with only that 1 caution. Bit of fresh air versus what we saw at Gateway.
Absolutely. could not have more different races.
And since I think we're done with pit stops, once again, if everyone just joining us here late in the going here, welcome. You're watching Race First coverage of round 3 of the VOR IndyCar DW12 Iconic Series, coming to you from Texas, where Jesper Orman is doing the worst to first challenge. Currently is our leader with 120 laps completed of 134 scheduled. Make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you have not done so already.
Now, the leaders may be done making pit stops, but I believe Liam O'Sullivan, Cody Meadows, Alexander Bonney, they're all due for a splash of gas here at the end of the race. Or they're going to be running out with 2 or 3 laps to go.
And again, we do want to give our race sponsor a shout out. Texas 200 is brought to you by 4D Racewear. Check out their line for check out their line of made for sim racing gloves, shoes, and apparel. Visit them today at 4dracewear.com or click on their link in today's stream description. 4D Racewear, proud sponsors of Race First and Race First coverage of the IndyCar Oval Series and the IIS coming up tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern. Also want to thank IFS Personal Financial Planning for their sponsorship of the Iconic Series. Their driver, Alexander Bonney, is currently in 6th spot, looking pretty good. Julian.
There's one battle on... Oh, no.
Go ahead. No, go right ahead.
Yeah, there's a battle on the track right now between Christensen and Salvasi, and Salvasi gets to the wall coming out of 4. He hits no front.
Christensen in the wall now.
Christensen.
Oh, and that's going to be a yellow.
Actually, Christensen is off the racing surface.
Oh, and no yellow. Let's see what happened there. One more time from Christensen's point of view.
So what looks like to me is Meadows is hard saving, and they may not know that he's off the pace because he's saving fuel.
Oof.
And Christensen got tagged through the tri-oval when they took diverging lines. It looked like a tiny bit of netcode, but yeah. Salvasi and Christensen are both ruined because of it.
I think Salvasi's still rolling, isn't he? No, he's done. He is done. Almost in that was Meadows. He survives. He is now back in 6th. Orman now the leader. Of course, he's been the leader for a while. Altena P2. Santos, our points leader, looking to have a good repeat performance. Another podium. I think he's probably going to keep the points lead out of this. Forsyth is in 4th. O'Sullivan.
Just one quick up.
O'Sullivan is cruising around at 200 miles an hour. Look at this.
And that's what Meadows was doing, too. He's also right on 200. That must be the number.
Yeah, Cody's at 196.7.
Salvasi just needed a new nose cone, so he's back on the track.
All right. Bonney is in 7th. Stedman, the silent assassin, he is in 8th. They don't look like they're fuel saving at all. Salvasi is still going, as mentioned. Dan Inch is still rolling. 5 to go. Let's go back up to Orman. One place really agrees with Jesper. It's Texas, whether it be the old legacy version or the newer version with the lower profiled and widened turns 1 and 2. He likes this place an awful lot. And he's showing it up 14 spots, doing the worst to first challenge. coming to put a lap on Meadows. Meadows just trying to get it home. O'Sullivan the same way. Slow to the bottom, just trying to get it home. 3 to go, 2 to go at the line. So the top 4, the last car is on the lead lap. Orman, Altena, Santos, Forsyth. I don't think Jesper's going to catch anybody else.
No, he's got clean track. He's home free.
And he is looking at the white flag this time by. Cleanly through 1 and 2. About a wheel length off the bottom. Down the back stretch. Final time. Into 3 and 4. About a half a car length off the bottom. Now down to the white line. Off the corner exit. Wiggling it home is Jesper Orman, your winner.
Europe showed up today taking gold and silver. Edson, I think, is from Brazil with the bronze.
There we go. Let's get the results. There we go. Jesper Orman with the 3-stopper. Led 32 laps. Julian Altena's P2 led 44. So Jesper getting the win here. Santos, your points leader. I think he's going to lead the points coming out of this. Led only 2 laps, but stayed with the leaders all day long, and I think protected his points lead. Craig Forsyth fourth. Cody Meadows, after a good performance at times at Gateway, just didn't put together a good finish there. Top 5 here at Texas for Meadows. Good run for him. Alexander Bonney, good run for him in 6th. Dave Sedman in his debut here in the series, a top 10 in 7th. Liam O'Sullivan gets it home in 8th with the 2-stopper. So Meadows gets it home with the 2-stopper as well.
Quick note about O'Sullivan. He ran out of gas on the backstretch and coasted all the way home.
So that's how Meadows got around him. So Savazzi 9th and Inch in 10th. Christensen 11th, Wade in 12th, Strauss 13th, Piguero 14th, Furness 15th, and Bill Colley rounding out our 16-car field. All right, let's get into the interview room. I think hopefully we got Edson Santos in there. All right. I don't see Edson anywhere yet. He knows where to be. Jesper's in the waiting room. He knows where to be. All right, so if we got no Edson, we'll if Edson does show up, we will bring him in for sure. We are looking for Julian now. What's Julian never passes up an opportunity for an interview. And he's not here either. So we'll just see if they show up here a little bit later. Let's bring up Jesper Orman, the winner. Hey, Jesper, got you in the booth with Gary and Clindy. The worst to first challenge once again. I was telling everybody in the broadcast that this is kind of your place. You're like the Texas Motor Speedway whisperer. Whenever you bring a car here, it's typically you up at the front challenging for the win almost every single time.
Yeah, I mean, this is the place. This is my favorite track for sure, as you guys know. I mean, even running the Legacy one, it's super fun, and it was spread out. And the tires, they drop off, and I mean, what more can you ask? It was really, really a lot of fun.
I'm about to say, it sounds like you almost had a lot of fun out there. You really didn't have very many close calls other than trying to drive up through that traffic there at the start. But once you got around everybody and got up to the front, it was just kind of a dueling pit strategies, ultimately what it came down to. And how was there any doubt in your mind when at that point when you hit pit road, when really half the field went one direction on pit strategy and you were going, was there any doubt in your mind that you were on the right strategy at that point, or no?
Oh yeah, for sure. First of all, yeah, I started in back, and the couple guys that I hadn't had much experience with, so I was taking it very easy there because I didn't know what to expect. But I eventually made my way up front, and I think I pitted last on the first stint. I think I went like 46 lap or something,
Mm-hmm.
and I was lifting like a ton. And then yeah, that yellow came, and I was like, should I stay out? I maybe could have gotten all the way on just one stop, but I didn't really believe it. The thing that got me worried was that Liam said he was fine. He was like 4 laps to the green. So I didn't really know if I would believe that or not, but I chose to pit there because I wanted to be on the safe side, and turned out to be the right call because you burn a lot of fuel in clean air.
Clindy, you got any questions for him?
No, he's perfectly summed up everything that I explained on the broadcast, so it's good to know that I know a thing or two about racing the DW12s.
Hey, yeah, I mean, you've been on a roll for the last couple of weeks, even months, so that's really impressive to see. So really, really fun to race with you, Kyle, every race. And
Likewise,
you're
yes.
really, really competitive.
Thank you.
So shout outs, any sponsors, friends, families you want to say hi to, go right ahead. You earned it here with the win at Texas.
Yeah. Thanks I want to thank my teammates. Month of May coming up, and we have a good package, and yeah, things looking good.
All right, well, a bit of a warm-up race leading into the month of May for Jesper with the win here at Texas. Congratulations. Might we see you at Daytona?
Oh, that's gonna be. I'll pass for now. I won't tell you if I will be there or not, but it's not my favorite type of racing. I can say it.
Gotcha. We understand. Well, congratulations, and we will catch you certainly at one of the next ones here in the future. But win today. Go celebrate.
Thanks. Awesome.
All right. There is Edson Santos. We'll bring him up. Hey, Edson, got you here in the booth with Gary and Clindy. Another podium finish for you, and I believe you held on to the points lead as a result of the podium finish. What was your race like out there on that second strategy with Julian and Craig and Jesper?
Hello, guys. Hello, everyone. Oh, fun race. Very nice. I don't know if I will be the leader because Julian got the P2. But so just one yellow. It's amazing. I like this kind of race. First stint, I simply burned my tires. It was bad at the end of the stint. The gap for the leader was increasing lap by lap. So this yellow was good for me to join the people again. And this yellow flag decided everything because I entered the pit to add a little more fuel. I didn't change the tire, but I had the idea of saving one set of tire for the end if necessary. So with this little fuel, I would be able to get just one more pit if the race could be in green to the end. But there in the restart, Jasper overtook me, and I couldn't pass. I couldn't overtake Julian, and so I lost a lot of time with 2 disputes, 2 fights there, which didn't lead to anything. I just lost time, and because of that, I lost the chance to compete in the end for the P2. So it's a pity, but this is the racing stuff, and pretty happy to be here. One podium more again, 3 races and 3 podiums. It was nice.
That's a
And,
good way to
I
start
love-
off a season for sure.
Yeah, for sure. So I would not participate. Take participation in then 3 last race because I will be traveling. But it was a good start, and so in the next season I will be here for sure. And if you let me, I'd like to send a warm hug to all members of the team in the race in Brazil.
Well, there you go. He knows exactly what to do, Clindy. He tells about his race, got all his shout outs in and everything. Well, congratulations on the 3rd place finish. Another podium. Definitely, if you're not the points leader, you should be P2, but I think you're the points leader. I could be wrong. But nevertheless, I mean, a 2nd straight podium is a way to go. Congratulations, and please go enjoy your podium. You definitely had a good race out there.
Thank you. I'm glad for that.
All right, let's bring up Julian now. Hey, Julian, got you here up in the booth with Clindy and Gary. P2, another podium. Looks that you might have had some damage on the car, maybe from some contact either with the wall or another car. But other than that, your race really came down to when to pit and not to pit on that caution. You went in with about 4 or 5 other cars on that, and then decided to split the strategy, and that seemed to be the strategy to go with, while the top 4 stayed out, and that seemed to cost them a good finish. Was that a last-second decision, or you just knew you were going to stop at that point?
No, I was just planning to go longer. I think they kind of screwed up by going early anyway. Like, they pitted way before the fuel window opened, and I think that was a choice because I was able to do 43 laps pretty easily in clean air, and we didn't do 43 laps after the restart, I think, even if you count on those laps from before the yellow. So really don't know why they pitted, but they threw away a good result for themselves, and I'll take the position. But yeah, it was my plan to go longer, so it wasn't a last minute decision at all.
Hey, Clindy, you got anything for him?
Yeah, just I saw that Edson Santos, you and Jesper had some good battles throughout the day, and you seemed pretty good at maintaining momentum and taking crossovers, especially against Greg Forsyth. How do you put your car in a position where you know you can build those momentums and do the swap back? Maybe share a little trade secret with the rest of the viewers here.
I mean, I don't really know what to respond to that. It's just experience, I guess, comes with that. You just know where to put your car subconsciously, I guess. It's hard to explain it, but I think that will do. You'll just know what line to take when you're driving. Usually works out. Don't really know what else to say to it. It just, for me at least, it comes instinctively in that situation.
That's what we've been saying kind of all along with these cars. Reps, repetition, experience, practice matters in these cars, and it just kind of proved it right there. Shout outs, anybody want to say hi to, friends, family, sponsors, go right ahead.
Yeah, I want to thank my girlfriend as always for supporting me as well. You guys, Jim with Fully Racewear, and just excited for tomorrow as well. Should be a great race with the iRacing Series. I believe you will be covering that solo, Gary, aren't you?
I will not be on that one. I think that'll be him being solo because I have the IIS yet tomorrow at 2 p.m. on for Barber.
Okay, well, we'll have to work that out then. I don't know what the plan was, but we'll see.
We got it. Yeah, we got it.
All right, well, I think that was pretty it. That's it.
All right, well, congratulations on the P2. I don't know where this, I don't know if you're going to be you or Santos as the points leader. I don't know if the P2 is enough to jump Santos there in the points. I think Santos might be the leader, but regardless, it's a nice point battle going into the midway point of the season. So congratulations, and good luck at Texas in the R18 series. Maybe we'll talk to you again on Sunday. But certainly we'll be talking in the future one way or another. So congratulations.
Yeah, I just updated it. I'm leading it by 3 points.
Okay, there he goes. Updated by 3 points. I'll take a look here and see if we can bring that up. Thanks, Julian.
Yep, no worries. See ya.
All right, let's take a look and see if they the points. Standings and results. Here we go. And yeah, there it is. So, if I'll just do this. I'll just drag the tab over, show everybody. So there you have it. You have Julian up by 3 over Santos, up by 55 over O'Sullivan. Christensen is P4 now. Boney P5, Orman P6, and Inch, Meadows, Colley, Salvazzi as the remainder of your top 10. Craig Forsyth 11th, Jonas Weber 12th. So not bad going into the second half of the season. Anyways, as a little matinee racing is done, thoughts and final thoughts for Texas, and then looking forward to Daytona next week. Kalendi.
Calling myself a half medium, Gary. All of my predictions came half true, more or less. Except for my front row finishing positions. I got that right. Turn 2 claimed no souls today. All of the action was on turn 4. So, maybe drivers knew coming in to be a little more cautious off of that treacherous Texas turn 2. Other than that, pretty entertaining race, and I'm kind of bummed that there's no fuel maps, because I think that O'Sullivan and Meadows may have been able to make it should they have been able to manipulate their fuel map. But otherwise, a good afternoon spent watching iRacing on a Friday. Great way to kick off the weekend.
I agree. Well, that's going to do it for today. Once again, your podium from Texas. Jesper Gorman with the win. Julian Altena P2. Edson Santos P3. That extends a good points battle into next week for Altena and Santos going to Daytona. Only 3 points separate the top 2 right now in the championship. Join me and Clindy again next week for round 4 of season 2 of the VOR DW12 Iconic Series as the teams and drivers move to the high banks of Daytona International Speedway. Coverage will begin approximately at 3 p.m. Eastern. Again, that's 3 p.m. Eastern. Remember, if you always need to check the correct time in your area, it's always check youtube.com/racefirst, and they'll have the correct times there. Now, as you know, the YouTube algorithm game is not easy, so please help support RaceFirst with the weekly grind. Leave a comment below. Let us know what you thought of today's race. And I want to thank all those in chat for participating. We appreciate that. And if you enjoyed today's coverage, support us by smashing like in the video, why don't you? If you're new, click subscribe. Or why you to hit the bell for weekly reminders so I miss out on more of RaceFirst's other iRacing programming, including tomorrow, the IIS at 2 p.m. Eastern. And then after that, you can transfer that right on over into the VOR IR18 series. That's going to be on FTN. Check that out on YouTube at FTN. That's just search it out, Foxtrot Tango November. And that will be able to bring you the link for the stream on the VOR IR18 series here tomorrow. I think that's going to be right at 3. Keep your browser set here for the most in-depth IndyCar knowledge of all of iRacing. RaceFirst, we know what Indy means. The VOR DW12 Iconic Series brought to you by IFS Personal Financial Planning. IFS Personal Financial Planning specializes in helping their clients make most of their savings with holistic financial planning that is tailored to their specific needs over the course of their lifetimes. On average, they've been working with their clients for over 20 years, helping them navigate complexities of investments, the uncertainties of markets, and the ever-changing legislative landscape. Make sure to check out Alexander Bonnie and the IFS Personal Financial Planning team, and they'll be able to help you today. The Texas 200 brought to you by 4D Racewear. Check out their for sim racing line of gloves, shoes, and apparel. Visit them today at 4dracewear.com or click on their link in today's description. Track cams provided by Track Cams for Gourmets. Check them out at TrackCam22 or click on their link in the description as well for business inquiries. And learn more about what we do at RaceFirst. Visit racefirst.com, like us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter. So for Clindy, everyone at RaceFirst, I'm Gary Gotso saying to all, happy Friday, and thanks for watching. And to all our men and women serving in the military and as first responders, Godspeed, God bless. Come home safe. Catch us again right here in Daytona for the next race of the Velocity Online Racing IndyCar DW12 Iconic Series. See ya.